Let's go. I'm better than ever, they never been better than I. Regarded the hardest and I ain't even reaching my prime. They hate that I'm great and they faking I'm real as they come. So sit back and let me show you how this shit is done. My composition, my propositions, I'm raping the system. I'm killing the competition and all of y'all are my victims. Eyes and oohs as I'm ripping the instrumental. Lyrical, individual, never been sentimental. I'm so hot every time that beat drop. And when I say I'm raping the system.
Alright, what is going on, boxing fans and gamers? It's your boy Fight Nate's Finest, the Sophie commentator, coming at you with a tutorial on stamina management. And the way we're going to do it is a little bit different from how we do most of my videos on this channel. Now, I did a live commentary version of this to kind of explain the nuance in my thought process a little bit. I also tried to give you all the information that is relevant towards stamina management at the beginning, but I didn't like the way it came out when I was trying to explain it live, because my opponent was actually really good and it was a really tough, hard-fought fight. But just in general, what's going to happen in this video is I'm going to explain to you guys how to manage the stamina, things you should be wary of, things that you need to be aware of, etc, etc, etc. And then we'll jump into some live commentary so you guys can hear the live example of my thought process and how I went about fighting in this particular match. And it gives you a general guide, so to speak, of what you should be thinking about in order to maintain a high level of stamina. So we're talking about 90% tile to 100% tile. Also, how to recover stamina once you have lost it. So let's say you're at 90% and then you want to get back up to 100. I will explain how to do all of that in this video here. So number one, is it always going to be possible for you to have 100% stamina? No, it should be possible. It is very possible. The possibility is there. However, it's not going to be like that every single fight. And that's mainly due to the styles in the match, basically how the match is going. Maybe you need to exert yourself a little bit more to deal with a certain style based on how much technical skill that you have on the defensive and the offensive end. So not every match you're going to have 100% stamina, but generally speaking, you should always have above 85%, 80% stamina. Always. The goal is to always have more stamina than your opponent. Plain and simple. Sometimes your strategy that you may need to use offensively, for example, if I'm going against a power straight spammer, right, who ends up landing a lot of power straights, for me, I would use my stamina bar in value to try to make up for my inability to throw as many power shots and land them as efficiently as my opponent. So I'll make up with it by throwing a bunch of combinations, and that's only usually as a last result if I'm having too many defensive lapses. So if I have to constantly throw 3 or 4 punch combinations to equal the 1 power straight that is landing on me, obviously I'm not going to maintain 100% stamina, and I may not even have more stamina than my opponent, but I'm going to need to exert myself that much more offensively in order to win the rounds. So that's just a disclaimer from the beginning. Is it possible to always have 100% stamina? Yes, if you are more technically skilled and you're not having so much defensive lapses. But generally speaking, you should always be able to maintain a high level of stamina. You should never be getting down to the 50 or the 60s, the 70s. If you are, it's because you're overdoing something. So let's get that straight off the rip. You are having some type of defensive or offensive lapse that you are not taking care of, and you need to improve and work on those things. It's the same thing I say with how much your opponent lands on you defensively. You should not be getting hit with 40% of your opponent's shots. It shouldn't happen. Is it going to happen some fights? Yes. But those are the matches that you need to really sit down and think about, what could I have done different defensively? What could I have done better offensively? What was the timing? What was the type of punches? All these things that are being thrown at me by my opponent that I should have improved on to prevent that from happening. You should not be getting hit with 40% of your opponent's punches. You should not have 70% stamina. You just shouldn't, especially not after this video. So, what is stamina? Let's get into that now that we got the disclaimer out of the way. Stamina management, I should say, not what is stamina, is basically how much of an action you are performing and the frequency in which it is occurring. So, very simply put, the general rule of thumb to always maintain a high level of stamina is this: never overdo anything in this game. Just don't do it. Never overdo anything in this game. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back who may have not heard me. Never overdo anything in this game. Understand this: fighting is about control. In the general sense, it's about control. It's not about doing a bunch of damage. It's not about knocking your opponent out. It's not about I'm this type of fighter, therefore I lock myself into this type of style. You are playing a video game. Therefore, you are able to master all the different styles, and you should be able to use all of them at will. So, if you're a counter puncher, I'm doing the quote fingers, right? Does that mean you need to take every counter punch that is given to you? No. Do it with a balance that's going to allow you to control the round. That's going to allow you to win the round. Should you be sidestepping excessively in order to generate counter windows because you're a counter puncher? I'm doing the quote fingers. No. Why? It's inefficient. You're guessing at this point. You're playing. There's the saying in chess called hope chess, right? Where it's like you're banking on your opponent to make a certain type of move or not see a certain type of tactic or something, a certain move possibility in order for something to happen. You don't want to be that type of player. You don't need to land 13 counter punches to win a round. You don't need to be on the inside throwing 5, 6, 8 punch combinations for the entire 3 to 2 minutes of the round, depending on the time control that you're playing at. Whether this is 3-minute rounds or this is 2-minute rounds. You do not need to be on the inside throwing 30,000 combinations. There's going to be a point when you are winning the round. Therefore, you need to take a step back. And it's the same thing with power shots. You don't just throw 50 power shots around and then wonder why you get to round 7 and you have 60% stamina. You don't need that much to win a round. What you need to do is count. And counting, as I've been saying for God knows how many videos now, it gives you the direction of how to manage your stamina and also if you are winning or losing a round. Now, the main reason I said that fighting is about control is because of this fact here. If you are controlling the round and therefore winning the round, so you're controlling the rhythm and the pace, you're ahead in the total punch count, and that means the amount of punches you're landing on your opponent is greater than the amount of punches he's landing on you, and the type of punches, which is very important. So I'll break that down in a second. But the type of punches you are landing is more effective than the type of punches your opponent is landing on you. Then that tells you exactly whether you need to be offensive, as I hit the mic, whether you need to be offensive or defensive. So for example, right? If I land what I call effective shots. Effective shots are straight right hands, right hooks, right uppercuts, left hooks, overhands, counter shots, and power shots, all to the head, right? Those are considered effective shots to me. Body shots and jabs are all considered scoring shots. That's how I categorize the two types of punches that are landing on me or on my opponent. So throughout the entirety of the fight, and you will hear this in the live commentary later, I am determining whether or not I landed enough effective and scoring shots in combination that's going to allow me to win the round. Basically, the type of punches that I'm throwing is going to dictate whether or not I need to be offensive or I need to be defensive. Do I need to exert myself more in order to land more effective shots to catch up to the fact my opponent may have landed more effective shots on me? These are the type of questions I'm asking myself while I'm playing. Can I catch up to the amount of effective shots that was landing on me with scoring shots? So jabs and body shots, have I landed enough of those in order to allow me to win the round? If not, maybe I need to land some more effective shots. These are the type of things you should be asking yourself regardless of the time control of it being 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So when you are counting, for example, let's say I land 3 straight rights today, right? And my opponent only lands 1 left hook and a jab, right? I'm ahead in the total punch count. Therefore, I need to be defensive and look for scoring shots like jabs and body shots and maybe some counter punches, which would be effective shots, but they come off of me being able to read my opponent's mistakes. As long as I'm able to do that, I am controlling the round. Therefore, I can remain defensive and take advantage of my opponent's mistakes and be more efficient with the shots that I am landing. Therefore, keeping a higher stamina rating than my opponent. As long as I do that, I'm winning the round. So if I'm able to determine I'm winning the round based on the total punches I'm landing, then what would I need to be offensive for if fighting is about control? If I'm already in control, I don't need to push the pace. Plain and simple. I don't need to push the pace. I don't need to do more than I'm already doing because I've done all my work by reading the situation, acting accordingly. The only time I'm going to exert myself more is if I am losing. And then once I catch up, I'll switch to a defensive style and look to capitalize on my opponent's mistakes and my ability to read tendencies and patterns. As long as you're able to do that for 10 rounds, your stamina will remain high. If you can't do this, don't play the game. You'll never be able to play the game at a high level. If you are not able to determine when you are winning a round and when you are losing a round, when you need to be offensive and when you need to be defensive. And most importantly, you need to develop the discipline and the ability to resist the urge to go be offensive when you are already in control. Stop doing that. If you are in control, be in control and react accordingly. If not, the result is going to be your stamina depleting and you allowing your opponent to get back into the fight. So, I hope that explained how to manage your stamina, how to determine when you are in control of the round, when you're winning a round, losing a round, etc. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the live commentary. I'm going to let that play. And yeah, you guys enjoyed the rest of the video, and hopefully the live commentary gives you a better example of how to apply that thinking when you're playing. Be the aggressor, but I can put this pressure on him smartly, right? That's another counter up top, and I landed the uppercut there. Okay. Another scoring shot with the jab. I can land enough scoring shots to get myself back in this round, right? Have some confidence. Be disciplined in your approach. So stick with the fundamentals and hope, and eventually your opportunity will come. So there's the straight, right? Now I'm waiting to see what he does. I'm gonna throw a little feint there with the head movement. Straight right connects, right? Body shot. Okay, he got 2 of his own there. Just wait. And just stay disciplined. Now look how many jabs I'm landing in this round. Just based off the discipline. A bunch of scoring shots, right? Now, I'm going to put a little pepper on my shots because it's the ending of the round. And I want to kind of steal it. See if I can secure it. Now I'm really going to exert myself towards the end of this round. Now, this could create opportunity for him, but I've been finishing a lot better than he has, and we both land. 8% stamina recovery, right? So around 99%. Not bad. Let's see if I can clean it up and be more efficient with my attack. Body shot for headshot. I'm ahead, right? Ooh, almost got the counter there. Now get back to basics. I'm gonna be the pressure fighter now. There we go. Trading effective shots there. Stay on him. I had a counter opportunity there, but I didn't take it because it's risky. Now he got a counter off. That's fine. Stay with the scoring shots here, right? Stay on him. Effective shots, discipline, jab. Fundamentals here, jab and left hook. So I can create that opening, and when I get him back against the ropes, now I'm going to throw the combo. Step back. Oh, he didn't commit there. Okay. Not a problem. Put in the pepper on my shots now. Now I threw a bunch of punches that round, right? 3% recovery. Now you have to fight accordingly, right? So I decided to be a pressure fighter that round, and I dropped my overall stamina down to 91%. This is how you recover. Efficiency, effectiveness in this round. So in order to do that, I have to land the first shot, the first effective shot, right? And then fight on the outside from there. If I can get it. He's very tough to fight. Okay, jab in the straight, right? Take the outside. He hasn't landed anything that is gonna, say he's ahead in the punch count right now, right? Right hook and left hook up top. Scoring shots only. Good movement, good defense, right? That's what we're looking for here. Okay, he got the straight up top. Not a problem. Still ahead. There's the jab in order to maintain my distance. Scoring shot. Downstairs. He got one back, right? Counter downstairs to the body for me. Good defense. Stuck up good defensively. Fundamentals. Jabbing on left hook. Put a little pressure on him.
When you've been in the corner in your career and you have a charge who is not making a lot of contact, what do you tell him? The first thing I tell him, Joe, is shorten up your punches a little bit.
Oof.
The other thing I tell him is he's making you miss, so you
got the uppercut back. No problem.
Get a false move out of him. Get a premature move. And when he moves, then time him. Now you're going to catch him.
Good power shot up top. All right. Creativity. Do fundamentals. I heard a little sense of urgency there. He's frustrated. Good defense. 1-2 again.
Right hand by lights out. 3 minutes gone by in this
10% recovery that round, right? Now watch how the overall stamina jumps back up. 94%. Same formula. Same formula this round, right? And he's getting frustrated because it's a close fight. So the most disciplined fighter wins at this point. Okay? Feints and creativity, discipline, the scoring shots. That's what's going to win us this fight. Okay, now I got his timing down pretty much too. Yep. I'm just gonna keep taking advantage of the fact that he has that sense of urgency.
Commits to the straight right.
Take advantage of the fact he has the sense of urgency.
Halfway through round 8.
Manage my distance well, and just look to score when I can.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Lights Out. Little head hunting with the left. That right hand serving well. Committing to the combo now. Both land.
All right, and defense.
He's tied. Yeah, champ, he's tied. Look at it.
I don't know if he's tired, but okay.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores.
12% stamina recovery, 99%, right?
I want to see that counter hook. Make him
Oh, I love the urgency. All right, let's keep it going, boys.
Back underway here in a live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even. Closely contested bout throughout.
Okay, got my effective shots in. Y'all already know what time it is. Scoring shots. Oof.
And you see what he
All right.
can do when
He got the straight right. No need to panic. Right? Couple scoring shots. We'll be right back in it.
He missed by a mile. That wasn't even close by Lights Out. Well placed right hands from both men.
Set my traps with my feints.
Blocks away that headshot. Here's
That would have been a nice counter if he kept walking in. Oh,
his ability to simply defend himself. He's doing a wonderful job at it.
Yeah, he is, and that gives him the ability to always be fresh
Ooh.
and confident. Round
All right.
after round, since he's not
Just
taking a
wait.
lot of punishment.
patience.
Halfway through the 9th round.
Smart pressure. There we go. Smart pressure. Little movements on the stick. Half steps back, little steps forward. Little tricks I use to get myself in good position. Right? Yep. Pile up the points now. Keep it on them. Keep the pressure on them. Pressure bursts pipes, boys. There you go. Smart pressure. Discipline. Basics, right? When I'm in good range for, like when I'm in close range, like here. Double hooks to the body, little uppercuts. I need to work my way in. Throw a little jab out there. Ring positioning combos, right?
Well targeted 2-punch combo by Lights Out. Final chance, last 10 seconds of round 9.
Should be a good,
End of the round,
should be a good round for me.
I do believe that he was able to take, but his opponent
And now, finish the job. Same thing.
Teddy, where do you have him on the scorecard?
Fundamentals.
Slightly ahead, but as you said, very close fight, and the kind of fight where you let up for a moment, you're gonna lose it.
Scoring shots, right?
Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot.
He got an uppercut in, surprisingly. Not one that did a lot of damage, but he scored nevertheless. Yep. Uppercut landed.
Combination punching.
Counter downstairs. The scoring shot landed. He got the straight. I got the left hook up top. Put some pressure on him.
He's done by that shot. Oh, he's hurt right there. He is hurt.
So in this kind of situation, it's kind of like a wounded animal. Yeah, you can go after, but you better be careful because he'll strike out when you don't expect it.
I'm going this hand because, well, I'm winning, but at the same time,
That is a big right hand after eating.
I got a bunch of stamina. Might as well use it.
Blocks that punch.
I am giving opportunities though, which is fine.
Nice combination, landing more than one. Both were able to score. Just a
Can't take the stamina with you, boys, so use it. Beautiful. And that's how you maintain your stamina. And yeah, even against really good comp. I don't know if this helped anybody. I hope it did. Wow, somebody gave him 10th. Close fight though. Hard fight. Hard fight for sure. So yeah, if you guys like the video, leave your thoughts in the comment section. It's been your boy fighting his finest, the Sofa Commentator, and I'm off this. Peace.
It was a good one indeed, and for Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessinger.